Los Angeles, good morning.
Hi, thanks for taking my call. You can go to the top of ushijack.com. Nelson Mandela was also against Israeli apartheid.
We'll go to Derek in Cedartown.
James makes a good point. Here's some of what Nelson Mandela had to say about Israel. The part underlined in red is what CBS omitted when they quoted him on their website. When in 1977, the United Nations passed the resolution inaugurating the International Day of Solidarity with the Palestinian people, it was asserting the recognition that injustice and gross human rights violations were being perpetrated in Palestine. In the same period, the UN took a strong stand against apartheid, and over the years an international consensus was built, which helped to bring an end to this iniquitous system. But we know too well that our freedom is incomplete without the freedom of the Palestinians.
I join hands with those people who feel that the time has come to basically think of Israel in the same category as South Africa, as a state that just has gone wrong and needs replacement. The comparison was interesting because Tutu and other leaders of the freedom struggle in South Africa who visited Palestine have always been asked, well, how does it compare? And he says, well, it's not the same thing. Israel is actually worse. He actually said Israel is a worse place than apartheid South Africa was.
Robert Zarate with the neocon Zionist think tank that pushed us into Iraq for Israel and now wants the same for Iran. You can go to ushijack.com. And we got attacked on 9/11 because of support for Israel.
He's right about the main motive.
Well, Jim, thank you for your comment. Again, I am a former U.S. congressional staffer. The idea, I actually take personal offense to the idea that I put any foreign country's interest over U.S. interests. And, it's easy to smear someone. I'm trying to engage people on the issues, and, I encourage you to call back at some point and actually ask a substantive question. But thanks for your call.
I wonder if Robert takes offense at what Eric Alterman said. Here's Eric Alterman smearing himself, apparently.
It was drummed into me that I should do what's best for Israel. I was at the Center for Jewish History not long ago, where I heard Ruth Weiss, the Yiddishist professor at Harvard, who happens to be the Martin L. Peretz professor of Yiddish, instruct a group of young Jewish journalists that they should think of themselves as members of the Israeli army. That in Israel, young people had to serve in the army. Well, they didn't have to serve in the army, but they should think of themselves as members of a Jewish army, supporting the Jewish people, supporting Israel, putting aside their intellectual qualms and concerns about things like Lieberman. Now, it so happens that because so few people are willing to say this, and maybe, there's certainly good historical reason for this, I end up being quoted by Walt Mearsheimer as the only person who's saying, I am a duly loyal Jew, and sometimes I'm actually going to go with Israel, because the United States can take an awful lot of hits and come up standing, where if Israel takes one serious bad hit, it could disappear. So there's going to be some cases where, when Israel and the United States conflict, I'm going to support what's best for Israel rather than what I think is best for Israel.
Can you imagine a time where you would feel that dual loyalty and go with Israel?
I just said there are many occasions.
What do you think about that? These are very good reasons why we need the formal establishment of a representative press. Please see the links in the video description for the sources to this info. And please watch What Motivated the 9/11 Hijackers, one of my most important videos on this channel. Please don't make copies of my videos. You can use the tools below to share these videos.